time now for our paper review with the broadcaster and journalist Afia Hagan and Mary McLeod, a former policy advisor to the Queen and Royal Household, who also served as a Conservative MP. Hi again to you both. Mary, I'm just going to pick up with you first, if I may. Just on that story we were talking about at the end of the last hour on the front page of the Mirror today, that King Charles' security has been stepped up. Now, of course, you were a policy advisor to the Queen and the Royal Household. What's your take on this? Is this something to be concerned about?
Well, I mean, His Majesty's security is essential, and his protection officers do an amazing job. And I've seen just even recently, and with Business in the Community, we had our Responsible Business Live event just 2 weeks ago, the 40-year celebration, and the King was there. And a really important moment for him to be out and about and being seen for the work that he has done over the years on sustainability, on the race charter, getting businesses connected into local communities. So, and after the event, he went out and did a brief walk, very informally with the public. And I do think it's great that they can engage with him in that personal way. So I think the protection officers and the security detail will do their due diligence. They will do their job, but it's always right that they make sure that his security comes first.
Okay, Afia, the Mail, you've pulled out this story on page 11, of course, as the cost of living crisis hits people around the country. Pretty worrying headline here that half of people are buying less food, as of course food prices have been soaring, much higher than the average inflation.
That's right, and at a time where lots of people are considering their Christmas food shop, or perhaps they've already done it. This piece in the Mail saying that half of adults are buying less food amid soaring prices, and this is raising health fears because the numbers are even higher for those in deprived areas. That about 61% of people in the most deprived areas are buying less food. That's compared to 44% in other areas. And we've seen the price of food soar really exponentially over the past few months. As you say, we're deep into this cost of living crisis. The price of vegetable oil up 65%, pastas up 60%, apples up 17%, tomatoes up 19%. So people are really feeling the crunch. And the fear is that people are not eating as healthily as they could be and as they should be, simply because they can't afford to. Also says here that people are eating less meals, as well as buying less food. They're skipping meals, they're eating less meals, and people really feeling like the cost of living crisis, the high cost of food, is affecting how much they can eat. And of course, like I said, this is higher in deprived areas, and this is sparking health fears that people aren't getting the nutrients they need. They're switching to cheaper alternatives, processed foods that are not going to be as nutritious. And like I said, skipping meals, so they're not even eating as much as they should be in the first place.
Yeah, it's certainly just desperate, isn't it? And so worrying, these reports of so many people, especially parents, missing meals to make ends meet. Mary, another pretty grim report, and of course news that the British public are facing is all this disruption with travel as we go into Christmas. People coming into the UK for Christmas will not only be impacted at airports with border force strikes, but also then on the rails if they need to get a train after they arrive tomorrow. And it could be families that are most disrupted.
Yes, a really difficult story. I mean, it's travel disruption, the border force strikes, road, rail, air chaos, more industrial action, and it's really difficult because it does affect families doing things, travelling at Christmas. All the major airports, 6 airports are affected by this, and even just people coming to do family events, travelling to their families, or if they're going to football matches or whatever it might be, it's going to affect everybody. This and where certainly the military and civil servants are stepping in to review passports at airports, but of course those things will hopefully help. And airports are telling us not to be too worried, but we just have to make sure we build in that time when we're travelling, try not to get stressed about it. There will be longer queues. Airports are saying they don't think there'll be cancellations, but of course many people can use the e-gates and the biometric passports, although children can't do that. So, hopefully families will be moved up to the front of queues at airports. But yeah, it's going to be difficult. So I think probably if people expect it's going to be difficult, then just leave sort of plenty time to get to where you want to be. But this is a time for friends, family, loved ones to get together, and therefore let's hope that people can still do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, travelling at Christmas is stressful enough, isn't it, without all this extra disruption? Pack snacks is my advice, pack snacks. Now, at the Star, Afia, you pulled out this article about Jeremy Clarkson, the criticism of his comments about Meghan Markle rumbles on.
Yeah, absolutely, it does. It's sort of a weirdly written piece in the Daily Star here by Will Stone. Doesn't actually name Meghan Markle, has a picture of her there with her eyes blacked out for some reason. Not really very sure why, but yes, this is still the criticism of Jeremy Clarkson's column that he wrote in The Sun, where he wrote some really disgusting comments about Meghan Markle and how much he hated her and what he wanted to see happen to her. And now some people that support her and basically say that what he said was terrible, it was out of order, are sort of raising money for this legal battle. So they've raised £12,000 to bring, a case to court against him. I'm not really sure why they would do that. Meghan Markle, took on the Daily Mail. She clearly has the funds to be able to fund a legal battle herself if she wanted to. But I guess this is just more of the fallout from that column being printed in The Sun, and just shows you the depth of people's reactions to it, how many people continue to say that what he said was absolutely wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. It certainly feels like it's not going to go away for a while, does it? Afia, Mary, thank you both so much. We'll see you again in the next hour. And do stay with us, because we'll have all the latest on that strike action and disruption at the UK's borders at the top of the hour.